Hi Autism Ontario, it's Kashfa here, and in honor of Sports Week, I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own mini foosball table. You will need a shoebox, 4 wooden sticks, a sheet of green construction paper, a white colored pencil, or you could use white paint or a white crayon, scissors or a utility knife. Just make sure when you are using scissors or a utility knife, you have a guardian to help you because they can be very sharp or dangerous. A marker to mark off any places we need to cut, glue, and last but not least, paint markers, pom-poms, googly eyes, or anything and everything you might want to use to decorate your foosball table. That you have all your materials, we're ready to get...
Psst! You're forgetting something. What? You can't play foosball without a ball.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna need a small ball. I'm gonna be using a styrofoam ball, but you can use a ping pong ball or a golf ball or any ball that will fit in your shoebox. The first thing you're gonna need to do is take your shoebox. I drew a line to guide me. Then you're gonna cut the top off, like so. If your shoebox isn't like mine and you can just take the top off, you can completely skip this step if you can just easily remove the top, but for me, I'm gonna have to cut it. When you're using scissors, it's always a good idea to have an extra pair of hands or a guardian to help you. So now you should have a shoebox like this without the top on it. Make sure you keep the top because we're going to be using it later for some of our little mini players. Now that we have our shoebox, we take our green construction paper and try to see if it fits. For me, I have some extra paper on the edge, so I'm just gonna cut along so it fits. I just cut my construction paper and put it in the box, and now as you can see, it fits perfectly. So I'm gonna take it out. And it's time to draw our little soccer field. You're going to take your piece of paper and draw a line in white, or paint it if you are using paint, right down the center. Then we're going to draw a circle in the center of that line. Then on each side, we're going to draw a half rectangle type shape. So basically, we're going to extend one line out, one line down, and then one line out again. They're going to look like our nets on either side, on both sides. So you have one here. Now we're going to add one here. So you should have these shapes on either side and the center like this. I flipped my field, now I'm adding some glue. And then I'm gonna take my box from before and stick it so that the field is showing. So far, you should have a box looking like this. The next step is to take your marker, picture where the half line is, and you're gonna put 2 dots on either side of that half line. And we're gonna do that with the back too. So one here, one here, one here, and one here. Now that we have our holes on the sides, we're gonna make a little slot like so. That is big enough to fit our ball. One on each side. Don't worry about the messy lines. I'm gonna be painting over it later. We're gonna cut across this and this, and we're gonna make holes on the little dots we made. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. So as you can see, we have our little net here and our holes here. Now we can get started on making our mini players. So remember the top of our cardboard box from before? We're gonna use that to make our players. So I'm gonna make 6 rectangles because each team is gonna have 3 mini players. Them out and decorate them however we'd like. Just make sure you're using different colors for each team so you can figure out who's who. These are my players. I'm just gonna let them dry. Now that our players are drying, we can decorate our box however we'd like. I'm definitely in the mood to paint today, so I'm gonna take some paint and get going on decorating my box. Now that my players as well as my box are still wet and need to dry, I'm gonna wait a little bit and then we can finish up our foosball table because we only have a couple more steps left.
The next morning.
Now that my soccer field and my mini players are dry, I'm gonna put my wooden sticks through each hole that we made. After doing that, your field should look like this. We're gonna take our little players and glue them to the sticks. You're going to want 1 player here as our goalie, 2 players on either side of said goalie, and the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Once you're done gluing, it should look like this. You should have 4 rows and one player on each end and then 2 in front. After the glue has dried, you just need to add your ball and start playing. This is my favorite craft because it puts the fun in fully functional. To play, you just need to hold your wooden sticks and twist them as you would with a regular foosball table. And that, my friends, is how you make your own mini foosball table. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your sports week. Bye!